That's about 6 feet through the years. They've been. Okay. Oh boy. I have no idea how this is going to work out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is my first time ever trying this. Hi, Nunya. I am attempting to stream live on both TikTok and YouTube at the same time. And YouTube should have a little advantage because we have a better camera and we also have a better microphone. For my TikTok family, it should be about the same as always. I would guess. Hey, Dwayne. I did a little test earlier just to make sure that I had everything set up proper, and I think I did. Well, I did then. I don't know if I do now or not. My YouTubers are actually seeing my TikTok feed because my camera is pointed toward my canvas and it's picking up the computer screen as well. So I don't know how that's going to affect the painting. But all I know to do is just give it a second and I'll start painting and we'll just see what happens. Yeah, we definitely have a black canvas. There's no doubt about that. Hey, Don. Hey, Coons. Tonight, I am stepping out of my wheelhouse again. And I am slowly learning that if I'm going to be a social media painter, that I'm going to have to start stepping out of my wheelhouse quite a bit. I am going to attempt a swamp scene. And hopefully, all right, I may need to. Whoa. That is not what I wanted to do right there. Wow. I may need to have a word of prayer before I get started because I've never done a swamp scene on a black canvas. So in theory, it should be quite nice, but that's theory. So I don't know. Hopefully it will be okay. All right, now I need to get, let's see. Okay, can y'all see TikTok? Can y'all see the black canvas pretty good? Hey, bud. Hey, Carol. Okay, all right, y'all can see the canvas. YouTube, can y'all see the canvas? Okay. All right. Well, supposedly everybody can see the canvas. All right. Let me tell you what I've done so far. Uh, okay, and something else. Let me throw this in right quick before we get started. If my speed gets slow, I've never had this many devices uh, streaming at once down here. So I don't know how strong my Wi-Fi signal is going to be with two computers, two cameras, and everything else I got streaming at. Well, actually, three computers. So if I go to slowing up and lagging, y'all know why. All right. I have, like I said, I've got a black canvas tonight. It is a 16 by 20. I've got it turned on landscape. I got it covered in a very thin, even coat of liquid clear. And I've applied phthalo green over the entire canvas. Biden, I'm actually painting on YouTube and TikTok tonight. When I checked YouTube a minute ago when I logged on, it was at 900. So we are 100 away. Thanks to you guys, we are 100 away. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of yellow, bring over to the side. And we'll come up here and we'll grab me a little white. And I just want to mix this together, the yellow and the white. Now, if I miss some comments or questions tonight, y'all don't feel hard at me, because doing two feeds at the same time, this might get pretty interesting. And by interesting, I mean hard. All right. My colors I got out tonight are titanium white. I've got out some black, midnight black. I've got out some mountain mix. I'm not making mountains, but I got it out. Dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, sap green, cad yellow, yellow ochre, and the phthalo green. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start out with a 2-inch brush. And we'll come right into that color I just made. And I don't want a lot of it. I just want to tap the brush in it a little bit. Get a thin, even coat. And this is just yellow and white. And on the start, let's see. Let's start about right here. I just want to start just making little X strokes up here. And then working my way out. As you guys know, anytime you're doing a black canvas painting, if you've ever done one or seen one done, you become a professional brush washer in this process. So that's what I'm doing already, washing the brush. Hey, Locksmith, how you been, man? Hadn't seen you around a couple of days. We were starting to worry about you. Oh, yeah, and I may be in the camera a little more tonight than usual because I got cameras pointed everywhere tonight. But now if this goes okay, I will I'll just keep uh I'll keep streaming on both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So we'll see how it goes tonight. YouTube's way behind. We got two people over there. Oh, let's see here. All right, Nunya. I'm gonna do it again. I covered the canvas with a thin, very thin, even coat of liquid clear. Covered the entire canvas with phthalo green. I took a little yellow and white and mixed together. And if you can see the color mixture right there on the very bottom to the far right. It's just yellow and white mixed together. It kind of looks a little more yellow than white, but that's because white is white, and any color you put in, it's going to kind of take that tone. But it's not quite half and half. It's probably 2 to 1 more to the white. Hi, Penny. How are you? All right, got the brush washed. Now, anytime you come back up today or tonight doing this painting, make sure you got that brush good and dry, because you know what happens if you mix thinner and liquid clear. They have a violent reaction. All right, now the further we get away from our light source, the darker we want to get over here. So we'll just let it get darker and darker in the corners. Hey, Tiffany, how are you tonight? All right, we'll wash the brush one more time. Y'all can see TikTok can see, YouTube can see the back of my head. I guess it's a good thing I don't have many viewers over there right now. I looked up there and all I seen was gray hair everywhere. What's up, Rod? All right, I'm going to pick up just a little bit more again. Same color. And I'll start about right here this time. And I'll just smear this color on kind of out here. Not a lot of it. And just kind of work it in from here. Let it get darker out this way. That way we got the whole canvas covered at least. Thank you, Linda. I do, Kunzi. I do condition the brushes. All right, TikTok, does the color look blue to you guys or does it look phthalo green? Because YouTube's seeing a good phthalo green color. In my screen on the TikTok side, it looks like almost a bluish tone to it. More blue. Blue-green. Pretty blue-green. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess that's That's my lighting again. I had to move the light to get the extra camera in here. And I don't think I can reach it without knocking stuff everywhere. I'm not going to try. How about that? Turquoise, teal, blue green. All right, I'm going to come right back into the same color again. I'm about to run out of this color, so then I want to bring this color in from the side, about like so, and I'll just work it on up. Swatches and yellow. Okay, Purs is watching it on both channels, and he says he definitely notices the difference between TikTok and YouTube's colors. So you guys are not seeing the full effect of the phthalo green, and I hate that. All right, I'm leaving this kind of dark down here at the bottom. Yes, Rod, I'm doing both tonight, YouTube and TikTok. I got white acrylic gesso. Could I mix black acrylic in it to make it in? Tiffany, you're going to end up with gray. Now you can use black acrylic paint. It's just not as thick as gesso, and it don't have the same long-term effect that gesso has. Gesso is actually designed to hold paint, where acrylic is actually a paint. But now you can use it in a pinch. So all right, I'm washing that brush again, and we'll make sure it's good and dry. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Rod went over. He said it's more green on YouTube, which I can kind of look at that and tell it's definitely more green. All right, now I'm just come up here with little X strokes, and I just want to start lightly blending out the color. And once you leave your light spot, don't go back into it with a dirty brush, or else it's going to carry that color in there, and it'll make your light spot up. Then you can kind of knock that little bit of color you picked up off, and then just kind of real lightly blend across the whole canvas and remove all those brush strokes real light. About like so. All right, then we'll wash that brush again. Yes, Rod hit 100 on YouTube today, and 900. Need 100 more and got 30 days to do it in. So still at that needing 3 a day, but we're closing in on it. That's a lot better than we was yesterday. All right, I don't know if moving that light behind me again would help with the. I'm just gonna go with it for now, and if my wife comes on later, I may try to talk her into going down here and doing this for us, and see what how that works out. Now I'm gonna pick my knife up again. I'm gonna come up here and get me a little bit more white. And I want to put just a speck of the phthalo green in my white. Very little bit. Don't want much at all. In fact, I just want it to kind of stain the green a little bit. When I get this mixed, I'll show you about the color I'm talking about, so you'll know. Now, I'm not going to leave this marble mix. I'm going to mix these colors together real good, because this color is going to almost look like a mint green. Kind of like that stuff you take for your stomach. What's it called? That green stuff. Pepto-Bismol? No, that's pink in it. What's the green one called? Melanta? That's about what this looks like. Some Melanta. What's up, Austin? The YouTube feed looks blurry. All right. See if I can. Whoa. See if I can kind of get it to clear up in it in. Whoa, too much. Doing two platforms at once is a job. Okay, fabulous. As you talking about the canvas, it's gonna look blurry for a minute or two because of the way I got the colors blended. It's gonna be like a real spooky kind of sky. All right, there's that green I'm talking about, right above that little yellow spot there, right here. It's a real light, almost a kind of a minty type green. And I'm just gonna grab a, well, let's see, I'll get a little bit smaller. I'll grab a number 3 fan brush. And I'm gonna come over here with just a corner of that brush into the paint. And I'm gonna come up here and I just kind of want to make some little circles like clouds. Just real small. I don't want no real big ones right now. Just making little circles. Make sure you keep that brush moving. Okay, YouTube is still blurry. YouTube is looking spookier. TikTok is clear. What are different angles too? So I don't know. We'll see what it looks like here in a few minutes. If it don't get better off, I'll try to adjust again. I've already lost over 3/4 of the viewers we started with because I ain't got things set up right. That's my luck. All right. I'm just very lightly coming up here, just making these little clouds up here. I don't want I don't want no real big clouds in the sky. And these are just little circles. Hey Jeff, what's going on, brother? You'll be in and out. Okay. The way it's looking, I may be too, Jeff. Oh, I'm streaming in TikTok and YouTube tonight, and it's proven to be interesting already. All right, just adding just little clouds with that Milano color. Hey, Journal, how you tonight? All right, I'll put just a few little stringers down here just to knock that paint off my brush. Now I kind of want to stay away from having clouds way back in here. I want that area to stay kind of dark. All right, now I'll go ahead and wash that brush. I wonder if I turn this just a tad, if that help you guys view any. Because that bright spot right here on TikTok is way brighter than it is on the YouTube feed. All right. Now I've got a couple little small brushes out that we can use just to no, Journal, this is going to be a swamp. Hi Angela, how you tonight? Yeah, I think it's kind of mixed right now. Some people are liking YouTube's color better, and some are liking TikTok's color better. So, all right, let me turn this back around just a little bit because I'm just going to try to do something here that I don't normally do. So y'all bear with me. Dave said on YouTube he loves the back scratcher. Yes, my maul stick, and I use it to scratch my back when I need to, and I use it to reach paintings off the wall if I need to. So it's like a little multi-purpose tool here. And the cool thing about it, Dave, it costs $1. Oh boy. This is the first time I've ever attempted to do a crescent moon. So y'all don't laugh at it too hard. By the time I'm done, it may end up being a full moon. Yeah, I think it's going to end up a full moon. Because that's a little bit more than a crescent. That's 3/4 already. All right. We're going to turn this into a full moon. Since it's supposed to be spooky anyway. So we'll give it a good size full moon. How about that? I like that better anyway. Hey, Paul. How you, man? Dave said he's got one too. Oh, I'm telling you, it's an awesome little deal. You can scratch your back. You can do everything with it. It's just a cool little. Well, I wonder if I can reach that light with it. Wouldn't that be cool? Well, that's all I need to turn that light over and have it come crashing down into all the cameras. That'd be the end of the feed. Well, I slid it over a little bit, but it didn't help. So, hi, Karen. How are you tonight? Yeah, Paul. Right now, everything's going pretty decent if I'll just leave stuff alone and just paint. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, now I know who Dave is. Cool. Welcome back. All right, now I want to grab my filbert brush. And I'm going to come up here. I'm going to get a little white on it. Now, I'm not going to put a whole lot of white on it. I just want to kind of get the tips white. What's up, TJ? All right, then my ears right here closest to my moon. I just want to come along and kind of touch up in the top of them just a little bit. And add me just a little bit of light, touching it here and there. And it don't really take a whole lot of paint for this. Just a little bit where you think the moon may be hitting it. And now that we turned it into a full moon, it may actually be hitting it in a lot more places than I had originally hoped for it to. But I planned on this painting being a crescent moon. But as we see, things don't always pan out like they do in your head. So we won't fight the process. We'll just roll with it. We'll just let the little painting do what it wants to do, and we'll just work with it. If you go to picking up that green color, just rub it off on your paper towel, and just go back and get you some more clean white. That's all you got to do. Because you're going to pick up the color. I mean, that's just, it's just unpreventable. That's just the way it is. Like the cow skull. Oh. Thank you, Locksmith. It was, that was a fun night. We had, everybody had started close to the end of that painting. Everybody had kind of started saying what they wanted added into it. And then toward the end, we got a little bit of bad news and we shut it down early. But then we came back and finished it the next day and added all those little things that people wanted. It worked out. Carnage from Venom. What kind of Venom, Austin? Right. And since this one is above the moon, we'll hit it along the bottom a little bit. Double wide debris. I've seen your name somewhere else. Double wide debris. I said Carnage from what kind of Venom? Come over here. Hit this little cloud. Okay. MC, I'm on TikTok and Facebook tonight. Venom 2? Okay, Austin, I'm just bad confused. I'm sorry, but I am. Okay. Well, that explains it. I don't think I've seen Venom 1. So sorry about that. All right. Yeah, I'm doing both tonight. I got talked into it last night. It seems like here lately these ladies on TikTok are talking me into all kind of bad habits. All right, now I'm gonna take my 2-inch brush. I really probably shouldn't do this. Ooh. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna very lightly. These down here at the bottom are not as important, so I'm just gonna pull across them, not like so. And just set them down in the sky. If they completely disappear, I won't cry about that. These up here, I want to very softly come across them. I mean very, like almost not even touching them. I just want to just lightly set these clouds down into the sky, just real lightly. I kind of want to give them a blurred effect. Uh, but I don't want them to. Oh God, what am I trying to say here? I want them to look blurred, but I don't want them to look destroyed. If that makes any sense at all. I kind of want them to have like a little 3D effect, like they're just hanging there in the sky around the moon. Like that moonlight just coming out in a couple places, just hitting it. Yes, Tiffany, I did. I am holding my breath, MK. All right, then I'll come across the moon, just set it down in there just a hair. Okay. All right, now, as far as I'm concerned, that kind of got my sky about the way I want it. Well, Austin, I would not be any help to you there at all. I can lead you in the right direction, but I can't help you. But I know a guy that can. Oil pastels is his medium, and he is very good at it. His name on TikTok is Floyd. I'm not sure what he's called on YouTube. But on Facebook, his name is I don't know if he wants his name mentioned on Facebook or not. I'll get you and him hooked up. I don't want to call nobody's name out without permission, because if he wanted to use his real name, he wouldn't have surnames on these platforms. So I don't want to disrespect anybody. But I'm almost 100% sure he can help you. He is awesome. He does portraits with oil pastels, and he also does landscapes with them. And if there was a medium that I was familiar with, I'd be more than glad to help you, but I'm not. So I'll do it. Hey, Moni. All right, what do we do next, y'all? Oh, I wish I could just quit at that sky. That is on YouTube. That is gorgeous. Wow. I saw that. And guess what, Moni? Tonight, I am being a lazy boy. Don't delete me. Uh, I got to tell you guys, the YouTube crowd has got the with the camera. That view is awesome. I mean, that is wow. And the TikTok one don't look bad. It's just that it's so small I can't see it. So, well, if I get up close to it, it looks good too. Wow. Okay. Well, they both look good. Great. Yeah, Locksmith, YouTube looks better. But now that's the difference between a camera that's designed to do this and a cell phone that's not. Because my phone's kind of old. It's not one of the new super camera phones. It's kind of old. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wash that filbert brush that I was just using. And get it clean and dry. Okay. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of my yellow on my filbert brush, and I'm gonna bring it over here to this pile of color, not the Milana, the color I did the clouds with, the mint green. No, the yellow and white with a little bit of green in it. And I'm gonna come up here and pick up just a tad bit of the black. It's not gonna take much of the black. And I want to mix the black and the green together. I mean, the black and the yellow together. And that'll make a dark green. I'll even bring just a tad bit of the phthalo in it. Just a little bit. Not much, just a little. Because what I'm looking for here is a dark, dark green color. And it may have a little of the yellow in it. And if it does, that's fine. And I'm just loading that filbert brush up. With that color. And I'm going to start my horizon line about right here. That may be, let's see. It's definitely more sky than it is water. So, all right, I'm just gonna bring this line across, and you can see the color. Uh, it may be better seen on YouTube, but I still think TikTok will be able to see it. See it right here. The birds have been in a nervous jerk all day, Mumbo. Last night, I kind of felt sorry for them after I ended my live. It was so nice outside that I decided to open up the doors on the studio and just let it air out while I sat here and cleaned brushes and did a couple other things I needed to do. And we had a big owl, and last night is the first night I've ever heard him. I didn't even know he was here. Didn't know he lived here. But he was in the little patch of woods right here, right off the door here, probably 50 yards in from the door. And he was, what do you call it? What an owl sound is, hooting. But he was pretty loud with it. And I guess it scared them. I don't know. But they just went into a nervous jerk. And I like to have never got them calmed down. All right, and I'm coming right back over the same color with a little bit of black. And I just want to come back in here and put in some things. I don't care what they are. I just want this black to mix with the green. They can be whatever your imagination lets them be. But I want this black to kind of tone this color down. But I don't want it to kill all the color. I still want you to be able to see some of the green. So I'm not picking up very much black at all. In fact, I'm starting it out at the bottom, and then I'm working it up to where it pulls some of that green in. And if I lose all my green, I'll come back in a few minutes and just add some more. But the main thing right now, I just want some stuff back here. I don't want a straight line across here. It can be bushes, it can be trees, it can be whatever you want it to be. I just want it to look like some sort of landmass back here. Just enough to give us an horizon without a straight line. Because I hate a straight line. And all I'm doing is just scratching this filbert brush in and up and down. That's all I'm doing. Just up and down in places. And like I said, I just want you to be able to see some of the green. I don't want it to be solid green, but I do want you to be able to tell that it's greenish. Or on the TikTok side, bluish. And then bring you some that's, a little taller in places. That way you don't have a straight line. You don't want to leave a straight line to go build another one. So I guess they kind of do look like far off trees, to tell you the truth. So we'll just go with that. That's what we'll call them. Far off trees. All right, I'll drop that brush in the thinner again. Then what I want to do is pick up the 2-inch brush I was using. And I just want to very lightly come up here and just pull that green that's at the bottom. I just want to very lightly pull it in above these little figures we just made. And that should give us almost like a little mist effect. And just kind of make them look like they're way back in the distance, back here in a little green fog or a little green mist. But using that dark color, it will keep it dark enough that you can see it. I missed the first of the live. Yes, I did, MC. I used black gesso. Then I covered it with a very thin coat of liquid clear. And then I covered the entire canvas with phthalo green. Okay, on the YouTube side. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. You couldn't find him. Okay. I'll make sure y'all get together, Austin. Okay. How much fun are we having now? Not a problem, buddy. Not a problem at all. That's what it's all about. Helping each other. Because the good Lord knows y'all have helped me. I hit 900 today on YouTube. I am happy, happy, happy. All right, now I'm going to go back over here and pick up my fan brush that I had earlier. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to come up here now into my Van Dyke Brown. And I want to come over here and I want to grab some sap green. Not phthalo, sap green. And I want to mix the Van Dyke Brown and the sap green right here together on the brush. And I want to try to use more green than brown. So, since we're working in shades of green, I kind of want green to be seen in a lot of different things. Okay. Now, right here at the bottom of this little landmass on this far left side, I want to come across here and I want to push up a little landmass. I want to bring it out about right there. Then I'll come back and get a little more green. I hope y'all can see that. I'll highlight it just for the sake of the camera. I want to come under that one. And I just want to come on out some more. And I want to stop just short of this one. I don't want to bring it all the way out as far. And I want to keep doing that across here. And each time, I want to stop a little short of it. About like that. And all I'm doing is just forming a little tract of land out here. You'll be able to see this when I go back to highlight it. You'll see what it is. It's going to kind of look, well, it should. I want it to. I want it to look like just a little piece of land that all of this is sitting on back here. And just kind of out in the swamp. about like so. All right, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and I'm gonna wash this brush, and then I'm gonna pick up some color and come back up there and highlight that right quick so y'all can see what I'm doing. But when we go to highlighting, we don't want to use a whole lot of bright colors, because if we do, we're going to end up losing this effect. So I'm going to use yellow and just a little bit of phthalo green, and I'm going to do it right on the fan brush that I was just using. And I'm going to come right up here, top of this grass, and I just want to kind of touch it. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put just a drop of thinner in this. Just a drop. Because if you put much, we may have that violent reaction we don't want. But I want to thin this paint down just a hair, so it'll come off my brush. Now this is a light touch, because like I said, I don't want this color to take over. I just kind of want you to be able to see it in a few places up here, but I want to leave a lot of dark in it. But I guess I want it kind of light enough that you can see it. But I definitely don't want it taking over up here. So all right, about like that. That should be all we need. And if we did that right, it'll tie right into that green that we had up here at the bottom of our little trees back here. And this land will look like it's way in front of the little tree-like objects we made, and push them further on back, if it worked out right. So I guess I'm hoping it worked out right. Yeah, on YouTube it looks awesome. I mean, that's basically what I was going for right there. Okay, now I'm gonna come back up here with my little knife, the little edge of my knife with that Milano color we had earlier, and I'm gonna come right at the edge of this little land structure I just made, and I'm gonna come right here under it, and I just want to come across here and give myself a little small indication of little water lines up here. And I do not want these to be real bright and take over in places either. I want them to be just light enough that they're seen and you know what they are, but not light enough that they take over the whole painting. Maybe they get a little lighter back here when we get going toward the moon. And when we get right under that moon, we're going to really light them up here in a minute. But we just want the indication of a little shoreline back here with just little water lines, just to show that this is water. And you want to keep these as level as you can, even though we're coming downhill with them. We still want to. All right, now if you get a bright one every now and then, We won't cry about that because that way it kind of look like it popped through a cloud or something. But we just don't want the whole thing to be real bright. Just a couple bright places here and there. Because you got to be able to see it. You want to know it's there. So, all right. That one's just a little bit too bright. So I'm going to take a little bit of phthalo green and kind of knock it down some. Because it's just a little bit too bright. Yeah, much better, much better. Whew, there's a lot of breath holding in this painting. A lot. All right, if it won't make nobody mad, I'm going to take a quick break and pour me a Pepsi, and I'll take some questions. The chat room is not moving tonight, so y'all not even talking amongst yourselves. I must be boring the crap out of y'all tonight. I'm talking. Nancy said never bored. Well, it's hard to compete with other painters on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok and YouTube too. So it's I mean, there's just so many people painting that it's hard to figure out what you want to watch at night. I know when I'm not painting, it is that way for me. So I just here lately got to where I just kind of jump around and waiting on the lockdown. I just kind of hop around and watch as many as I can. So you're the neighborhood hype girl. For some reason, Moni, I believe that. Yeah, I get a lot of ideas from watching other people too, Austin. I sure do. Uh-oh, Locksmith seeing Bigfoot. Oh boy. Locksmith, do me a favor. If my wife comes in here, please, whatever you do, please don't mention Bigfoot. Please. Oh God, now you got Tiffany seeing him. Oh God. That's messed up. I'm sitting here painting the daggum picture and I'm looking for him. I may need to go to bed. Oh my God. Mm. Whew. Yeah, that's bad messed up. I'm like, where are they seeing Bigfoot at? I'm like, dummy, you painted this. He ain't there. But you know, when you paint something, a figure can. Never mind. I can't excuse myself out of that one. That was just stupid. Hey, Michelle. Thank you very much. Whew. I tell you what, I got to say, social media it really makes life interesting. I will say that. All right, while I'm taking this break, I won't sit here and not do nothing. I will make me some colors here. I'm gonna take a little white, bring it over. Abstract artists, creatures come out of nowhere. Oh, I bet they do in abstract, Jenny. I was looking for Bigfoot. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of my brown, my Van Dyke brown, and just mix me a Van Dyke brown and white color. I'll leave it kind of marble mixed. Then I'll come over here and mix me a white and black color. Looking for a light gray. Not snow, but light gray. I don't want it too light, but I don't want it too dark. So a medium gray. And then I want to take some of the dark sienna and I want to do the same thing. Dark sienna and white. And I just want to marble mix them colors together. So I have Van Dyke brown and white, dark sienna and white, and black and white. And I made a gray. And I'm going to leave those three colors laying there for a second. And I'm going to come over here in my yellow where I got all that green in it. And we'll pull that yellow and green out. Get that green out of my yellow. And then bring the yellow and green color over here and drop it off to the side. Because I'm sure I'll find a use for it later. My YouTube crowd showing 6 or 7 watchers. And y'all sure are awful quiet over here, YouTube. TikTok is clowning over here. They're looking for Bigfoots and Loch Ness monsters, and ain't nothing happening over here on YouTube. YouTube up on my 50-inch and TikTok on my phone. Oh, you got it made then, Locksmith. How does it look on that 50-inch? All right, Rod, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. You have a good night. Okay. I guess it's about time to start making this thing look like a swamp, ain't it? We got the sky, and I got me a little patch of dirt in here. So I'm going to go ahead and start now with a couple of the big trees. Yeah, I'll be glad when I get to 10,000 where I can start using my camera for both. That'd be cool. Upper Michigan. Cool. Y'all got swamps up there, Jenny? Percy still watching. All right, I'm going to go back to that filbert brush that I've been using all night. I got it washed and I'm going to dry it. I'm going to come right up here. This time I'm going to use some of my mountain mixture. because it's a dark color, but it's got a bunch of other colors in it. And I don't want to use just solid black for this. Last Gen Digital. Love the name. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much, by the way. All right. I guess the first thing I'll do is I'll start about right here with the first one. And I want to come down. And we'll go right through my island or my landmass. And I want to get this kind of wide at the bottom. And I got to kind of kick it out on the ends because this is the way these trees grow in real life. A lot. Okay. Cool. All right, then I want to come back. And right out here beside it, I want to add in a little cypress knee. If you've ever seen cypresses growing in the woods or in the swamps, they always got these little clusters of knees growing off of them. And in these cypress trees and swamps, on these knees, that's where you run your spinner bait through and bump off them knees. That's where them big 5-pound bass love to hide. And I'm speaking of experience there. But there's always some little mediums and some little short ones. Some out in front of the trees. These things grow. They grow all around the cypress trees when they start growing. Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous, Jenny. Yes, they will, locksmith. Or if you're out noodling for catfish, oh my God. And you get caught up in them knees sometimes, your foot will slide under one of the openings under there. And down you go. It's hard not to fall. All right, then I'll put one right here. I'll bring it out into the water a little bit. And they grow in clusters. So I'll put another one right beside this one. About like that. I'll bring another one over here. About like so. All right, then I'll come out here and I'll pop in a few little knees out around these. Some big ones and some short ones. All right, now I'm gonna hang on to my filbert brush for a minute, and I'm gonna lay it right here on my paper towel. And I've got my knife over here under it, so it don't touch nothing. And I'm gonna come right here. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna grab this little small fan brush. I'm gonna come right back up here with this same color. And right here under this tree, I wanna pull this color down. Like so. Then I want to come over here under this one, pull this color down. Same here. Pull that color down. And then under the little knees, I just want to take the corner of the fan brush and just kind of pour down lightly under them. Just real lightly. And then in here, I'm just going to pull down around this little knee. And then I'm going to pull down around the knee itself. And over here around all these. And just give myself some little reflections under here. And then I want to take where is it at? There it is. I'm going to get my little 1-inch brush here. Make sure it's clean and dry. Well, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. I'm sure it'll be finished in an hour or so, and maybe posted. And I'm going to come right across these. Is that a goodbye, or is that a hello, Mark? And just lightly pull across through here. I just want to have a little bit of the reflection in the water. Probably both. All right, well, I'll say good evening to you, and whichever one it ends up being. If you leave, I appreciate you being here. All right, now I'm going to come back up here now. I'm going to grab some of my Mylanta color. And I'm going to come over here. I'll tell you what, I don't want to use this color. I don't. I want to take this color and I want to add a little bit of my dark color to it. I want to tone it down some. So I get kind of a bluish. This is kind of like some Mylanta that went bad. It's gray Mylanta. It's not as bright. All right, now I want to come right over here under my cypress tree. Add some little water ripples over here. And I want a couple under my, thank you, Moni. Expired in 1985. That's right, Locksmith. Expired Mylanta. I want to add some little ripples under these knees out here. Not like so. And then maybe a little water line. About like that, just to make it look like they're sitting out in the water. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And then I want to do the same up here. Want to add little water lines under everything. Just real light. They don't have to be. I mean, they're way out here in the dark, so they don't have to be real bright. That's kind of why I toned them down a little. I just wanted to be seen. And I'll come back and add a couple across here. Not like so. Well, there is a whole lot of breath holding in this paint. All right, now I'm going to grab my filbert brush. I'm going to bring it over here just a little bit of the thinner. And I'm going to come back up here in my black. I want to thin this color down just a little bit. Can't use much thinner because we got that liquid clear up here. But we can thin it down enough to make some limbs. Now, cypress limbs kind of grow funny. They'll grow out and up. They'll grow up and out. So we want the indication of some limbs out here. Because like I said, cypress limbs, they kind of do what they want to do. And they will intertwine with one another. And they'll cross over other trees. They'll grow all kinds of different directions. So when you're putting these on, just use a nervous hand and draw you some limbs, and just if they cluster up, don't even worry about it. Because here in a couple minutes, when we get to these next few steps, you'll see why. And some of these limbs will go completely off the canvas over here. And there's nothing we can do about that. But you can take your limb, pull it across. And then, like I said, these will just go on off the canvas. Some of them grow down. I'm telling you, there's no rhyme or reason on how cypress tree limbs grow. If you get a fishing lure caught up one of them, you can just about kiss it goodbye. There just about ain't no retrieving it. They are gone. All right, now I'll come up here and bring these out just a little bit. Because sometimes the tops come out and they kind of turn. Sometimes they're straight. And believe me, I have spent many a day up in cypress trees, crappie fishing, bass fishing. I had an uncle that used to make tables out of them, and we'd have to go out and cut some of the dead ones that the government would allow us to cut, and he'd bring them things home, and he'd make tables out of them, and they were probably some of the prettiest tables I've ever seen in my life. But then it got to where you just couldn't. They wouldn't let you cut no more. So we'll add a couple more of these out here. Yeah, those are pretty too. He made some of those too. Sure did. He made a lot of stuff out of them cypress slabs. And we used to have to, the kids, we always used to have to haul them out of the woods and carry them to the truck. That was our job. All right, Austin, take it easy. I will, yeah, I'll do that. I was just to say that. I'll get up with Floyd and tell him you need some help on the pastels over on YouTube. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it, buddy. How you doing tonight? All right, back to a fan brush now. I'm gonna come over here and pick me up some of this dark color, some of my black. I'll even go into the mountain mix. I'll mix them together. All right, I'm gonna come right up here with the corner of this fan brush. And I want to start at the top of this tree, and I just want to flick on some little indications of little limbs out here. And I want to go all across the tree. The thing I don't want to do is I don't want to cover up all my limbs, because that's one thing about a cypress tree. You will see the limbs, and I don't want to cover them all up. You know, like if I'm doing trees in most of my paintings, I'll always say it don't matter. Well, on cypress trees, it does. It matters. So don't cover up all your limbs on these. Hey, Skeet, how you doing, man? If you're wondering who I'm talking to people on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. For anybody that just joined, I don't want to confuse nobody, because I'm getting confused myself. All right. Then I'll just come down through here. I want to do the same thing. I just want to touch on some indication of they're called cypress needles on cypress trees, and they grow little cypress balls. And if you ever kill a squirrel that's been eating cypress balls, when you go to clean it, oh my word, It's one of the sickest smells you'll ever smell. It is god awful. Talented got both channels going. John, I don't know if you call it talented or if you call it stupid. I am letting these ladies on TikTok talk me into just about everything here lately. There was a lady that suggested this last night. She said, "Why don't you just do both?" And I said, "Well, I don't know if I can." "Oh, I'm sure you can figure it out." So I got down here today and piddled around with it until I kind of figured it out. And well, here I am. Uh-oh, something got my Rottweilers upset. All right, MC, you take it easy, buddy. Thank you for being here. All right, all I'm doing is just bending this fan brush up. That's all I'm doing. Just making the indication of some little cypress needles up here. That's all I'm doing. I'm trying real hard not to kill all the little island back there I made, but it's just about gone now. Had I known it was going to go away that quick, I probably wouldn't have even spent the time of making it. So, yeah, Skeets, that's the difference between using a camera and a phone. Uh, YouTube's a whole lot closer and a whole lot clearer. All right, I'm going to come over here now and grab me a little bit more of my sap green color. And I want to bring it over into my yellow. And I'm making me just a little bit of highlight color. But you got to keep in mind, and I'll get just a little bit of the phthalo green. You got to keep in mind that this is a night scene. So we don't want everywhere to be just glowing. So I'm gonna be kind of careful with my highlights here. I'm gonna come up on the top up here, and I am gonna touch on a little green up here, and then along the center in places, I want to touch on a little. But I don't want to add a whole lot of highlights in this. Just a few here and there. Because even though we're lit up by the moon out here, I don't think we'd have real luminescent highlights. We'll probably be able to see a few of them a little better than others, but for the most part, I don't think we need a lot of highlights. But now, like I said, where it crosses over the trees in places, I do want you to be able to see those. Because I think that adds a good element to the painting. But I think if you go to adding too many highlights, I think it'd take away from the paint more than it would help. So just keep that in mind when you're highlighting. Just know that you have got to put some, but be sparing with it. or sparingly. You don't have to try to highlight every little limb up here. Because you actually want them, if you want them to look like cypress needles, they need to kind of look kind of small and rounded anyway. Because cypress needles are real tight little, uh, almost little balls, to tell you the truth. If you've ever seen them when they're on the ground, they are on the water. I mean, they'll float together, and they'll get so thick it's like a mat. I've seen small animals walk across the stuff that falls out of them. Little squirrels and stuff like that can just walk right across them. That should be about all the highlights we need right here. I don't think we really need more than that. That'll give us that little bit of indication we're looking for. Maybe right across here. Yeah, about like that. That should give us everything we're looking for right there on that side. All right, now, from here down where that tree's exposed and on a few of these little knees out here, I'm going to come up here and pull just a little bit more of the yellow into this color and just tap this fan brush down into it. Locksmith's still looking for Bigfoot over here. All right, I want to come down on this side over here and just kind of touch this down into the water a little bit, or just down the side of the tree, and give myself a little bit of highlight on this side. And the reason I'm doing it with this fan brush is because cypress trees have a rough texture to them, and I want them to kind of look, kind of feathered. About like that. Like that that moon may just be bouncing off the water in places, lighten it up. Then I want to knock the color out of the brush and come back up here on the other side and just tap it real light. You can see where I'm tapping, but you can't see the color like you can on that one side. Well, good, Locksmith. I'm glad to hear that. All right, I'm going to drop this fan brush into the thinner, and I'm going to grab my little one again. And I'm going to come over here now with the little fan brush and do the same thing. Just tap a little of this color on. And I'm going to come right up here on some of these knees and just barely touch them. Just a little bit. I mean, I don't want to. There again, I'm not trying to light up everything out here, because I don't think everything should be lit up. Good old green swamp, Florida. Okay, now. I got all those brushes in the thinner now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Remember those colors we made up earlier? The Van Dyke browns and the white and those other colors we made. I'm going to come over here now with my Van Dyke brown. I'm gonna put just a little black in it. I'm gonna come right here in my Van Dyke brown. Now this is just straight brown. This is not the white in the brown. This is just solid brown. I'm gonna come right back here. And I want to make the indication. Of a little roof back here. And the indication of like a little cabin. Almost like a little fishing house back here. Almost. But I just want it to be dark. So you can just tell what it is. I'm going to draw it right out into the water. Just like so. Okay. You was a fishing. Ain't no more fish, John. Bigfoot ate them all. Kim says she's looking for the gator. All right, we've had people looking for a gator. We've had them looking for Bigfoot. We've had them looking for the Loch Ness Monster. And I'm just looking for one thing. I'm looking for the end. Because if I keep holding my breath, I'm going to pass out. All right. I'm going to just come down this side with a little bit of the dark, the white with the dark brown in it. Then I'll come over here to my sienna with the white in it. And I want to bring it down on this side, since it's a little bit lighter. About like so. I may have to make that side a little bit darker on that one side. Then I'm going to come over here into my gray. And I'm going to come across this roof. Just like so. I'm going to take this other side. Come over here. Touch the other side with a little bit of gray. Make it look like that sun's hitting it. Then I'm going to come up here with a little bit of my black. Just a little bit. And I'm going to come under this structure. Right here. All the way across. About like so. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the black. And I just want to draw I want to draw a leg down right here. Another one right here. One back here. And then one on the front right here. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Then I'm going to grab my little knife again. I'm going to come back up here to my waterline color. Get just a little bit of it. And I want to come right up here on these little marks that we just pulled down. And I want those to look like stilts that the little cabin's sitting on. Then I want to take just a little bit more of the black. And I'm going to come down this side over here with like a little ladder that goes into the water, where he'll have a way to get in and out. And apparently he's gone out right now because his boat's missing. So I figure he's probably out doing some catfishing if I had to guess. I'm sorry. I'm working. Love those colors. Sorry, I was late. Oh, okay, Vicky. I tell you what, those were some pretty pictures. Beautiful. Yeah, jugging. That's right. He's out jugging. All right, I'm gonna pull this black down just a little and just give it a little bit of shadow across there, a little reflection. Not much. All right, now I'm gonna come back up here, get me a little more black, just a tad bit. And I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna add in a little indication of a door up here. Not much, just enough that if you stare at the paint and you walk up to it, you can see it. I can't. I can't breathe, man. It's this is, I'm telling you, this is one of them paintings here that it's taking its toll on me. It's got me completely out of my element. I'm uncomfortable. All right, now I'm gonna grab me just a little bit of thinner again. I want to come back over here in my yellow. And I'm gonna grab just a little bit of my white. And I'm gonna brighten this yellow and this white together. I want a good bright color. I get just a little bit more white because I want a good bright color here. But I want it to appear yellow too. I thank you, man. I really do. All right, now here we go again. Holding my breath. I want to come right here on the side of my little building. And I want to put just an indication of a little yellow right there. Like he left a light on when he left. Which I'm sure he did. That way he can see when he comes back. Because he's going to have all them catfish to clean. And then I want to come right beside the door. With another indication of some lights. Just like so. Make it look like it kind of lit up back there by itself. And then we want to come down into the water here and just with a very, very slight movement of the brush, just reflect a little bit of that light out that window, right down into the water. Not much, just a small indication of the light, like it's just shining right down into the water here. Oh. All right, now I'm breathing. And I want to take another little small brush and I want to come right up here and I just want to touch this color and just tap it down into the water. You know, usually you'll go side to side on the color, but since this is so minute, I'm just gonna bring it down into the water a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my little knife again, get it clean over here, come back into my old Milana, and I just want to put a couple little indications of water ripples out in here around the old cabin. Just out in here, about like that's all you need. It don't ever take many of these to be effective. Just one few here and there. If I had money, I'd buy that one right now. Old Alaska Porter. Oh, I can imagine, man. I don't imagine. I don't figure that was a cheap trip at all. I'll definitely have to do a close up in this one for y'all to see the little cabin. YouTube people probably can see it. Uh, TikTok people can probably just see the light. All right, now. Good gravy. All right. All right, I'm gonna come back up here now into my original Milano color, and I just want to pick up a little of it, not much. And I'm gonna come right here under my moon, and I want to start with just some little subtle indications of a reflection across here of the moonlight, and then just let it work itself out as it goes further back. So I like that. And then I want to very lightly with a 1-inch brush come up here and just barely brush across this, just barely, enough to melt that right down into the painting. That's all I wanted to do. Just about like that. Where it just sits on top of the water. Then I'll drop these into the thinner. And we'll come back over here now and pick up my phthalo brush again. I mean my filbert brush again. You know, I've called this a phthalo brush 3 times in the past 2 paintings. Wow. Well, thank you, Locksmith. I really appreciate that. All right, now this is the brush that I used that had all that black on it. So it ain't got to be just terrible clean because I'm just going to go back into the black. So with that said, I'm just knocking the highlight out, the dark color out of it best I can. I just want to get it good and dry. Now it's time to go back to holding your breath again. I'm going to turn this around just a little bit here. I'm going to come right back over here into my black. I want this tree to be right here, all the way out the canvas. Just like so. Yes, 10 o'clock my time, Locksmith. All right, then I want to come right up here. And I want to do another one. And I want it to stop about right here. Thank you, John. Well, hello, Melissa. How are you? All right, I want to bring a little short one. It stops back here. like that. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to bring another one over here from under the moon. Down across here. And I'll stop him about right here. Well, thank you, Melissa. You ever find out why? I did not find out, John. But I'm glad you said that. I guess I need to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to put another one in. All right, where am I going to put him in? I'll just put him right here. And I'll just bring him all the way out to Kansas. Just like that. That's 9. That's an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. I got it. Believe it or not, I just found this out last night when I was doing my. I always do a little video where I go around with my camera after I finish a painting and put it on TikTok and YouTube. It's like a little short, just so people can see the finished painting. And last night, I got a comment on the desert painting. And a guy told me that on birds, that even birds are supposed to come in an odd number. Now, I did not know that. And he said my birds wasn't right because I had 4. So I need to think about going back, either adding 1 or 3. So I said, okay, well, I appreciate you telling me that because I didn't know. But I will keep that in mind in the future when I'm doing birds. Because I promise you, I did not know that. I did not have a clue that birds were like trees. But now I do. So, lucky me. I learned something last night. I'm going drawing a few little cypress knees now. So I guess I got to go back on that painting and add another bird. So it'll look right. Oh, the odd number. Yeah, Lucinda, do you know about it? If so, please fill me in. All I can get from people is they say it's for composition. And, I'm okay with that. If somebody could explain to me what it does to the composition, why odd numbers? And I don't have a problem with it. I will do odd numbers. But I'd just like to know why. That way, if somebody asks me, why are you doing odd numbers, I can tell them. Because such and such. I know in decorating, the rule of odd numbers makes an item stand out since it doesn't have a set. Yes, odd numbers are more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay. So it's what? More more scientific than anything else. See, you can teach an old dog new tricks. I see you old just now. Well, Kim, you're right. I am old, and I've always wondered that. Good one, John. That way with landscape too, Kyle says. So you're good with one. Well, yeah, one Bigfoot, I guess. That's an odd number. Rows of three and whatnot. More visual interest. That's what they say anyway. Not symmetrical. It supposedly looks better. Huh. I don't know. But hey, if that's what they say, then far be it for me to go and try to remake the wheel. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Austin's back. He couldn't sleep. Sorry about that, Austin. You're probably right, Lucinda. It's probably something passed down from the old masters, and people are just scared to kind of change it because of the old masters. But I'm not scared to think out of the box. I'll do something in even numbers. I'm not scared. All right. I'm going to come over here now and pull down some color onto my trees. Hey, John, how are you tonight? That's right, like me. I ain't scared. I'll put four birds in the paint quick. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm hard headed. That's what my wife says all the time. She says I'm hard headed. So there you go. Now we know she's right. Dad, burn it. Wow. Thank you, John. Trying to convince Harold to do a unique mountainscape. How many knees are there? Oh, God, I didn't count the knees, John. No, that was Boxsmith said that. Oh, crap. Yeah, I know, Lucinda. Four birds. I got I got called out on four birds working on a mountainscape. Good deal, John. All right. Excuse me while I count the knees right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 23. That is an odd number of knees. Hey, one moon. That's right. Paul over here on YouTube said it's your word. And you're right, Paul. It is my world, but folks won't stay out of it sometimes. But hey, if they giving me good advice, I'll listen. I'm not hard headed. I don't want to be the one out here getting the police called on him because I painted four birds. That's all I need is the paint police pulling up my driveway. Putting the paint handcuffs on me. Mr. Weeks, you know you only put four birds in that last painting? Off to jail you go, sir. But it's all right. I ain't gonna cry about it too much. All right. I'm gonna come up here and put some more limbs on my cypress trees. It's gonna suck when I have to call my wife to come get me out of jail. Because I only painted 4 birds. She'll probably give me the middle finger and say, well, there's your filth from the hash. Stay in jail tonight. All right, it may be time for me to get ready to finish this painting, guys. It's starting to get crazy in here. All right, I'm going to put a couple dead limbs on this one. And a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, you about right, Melissa. She'd have fun with it. She'd come get me out of jail, though, because if she didn't, she wouldn't have nobody to tell the story to, and she wouldn't have me to fool with about it. The death penalty. That is possible, Lucinda. I didn't think about that. But like that old Pink Floyd song, The Trial. If you're familiar with the Wall album and all. Mr. Weeks, can you please explain to us why you only put 4 birds in this painting? Well, Your Honor, I was running low of paint, and I had a swamp scene to do. And I knew I was going to need a bird mitt. So I saved him for that painting. Yeah, John, she just hooked me to the chair. She sure wasn't going to let me up out of that one. I'll say that. Sitting there filming me, and me all hung up. And to this day, I hadn't figured out how them overalls, them Garrisons got twisted around that little deal, but they did. And she did not care. But hey, it's all right. She got a good laugh out of it. I got a good laugh out of it. You guys got a good laugh out of it. So, all right, Locksmith, you have a good one, man. I'm about to finish this one up here. So, won't be long. I'll be doing the close up of it and signing off myself. It just seems like when you come in here and go to having fun like this, it's hard to leave. But people have to go to bed. That's the truth of it. Good times indeed, my friend. We're only going to live this one life. We might as well enjoy it. But you got people out there that spend most of it trying to be buttholes about something. About birds, if nothing else. All right. Yeah, it does something for me too, Melissa. I don't know. It just lets me leave where I'm at. And just kind of lets me hang out in a new place for a little while. When you can just create your own little world and just park there for a few minutes. And then you guys came along and made it possible to have somebody to laugh and joke and clown with. So now it's just like the best of both worlds. Now it's like you get to spend this time with friends and everything. You know, Lucinda, you just made me think of something. That could be why them birds are so loud back here all the time. I only have 4. I may have to go out and buy a new bird. I bet that is what's wrong with them. Great job. Looking forward to the next one. Good night. All right, Paul. Good night to you, buddy. Thank you for hanging out on the YouTube channel. It always helps to have traffic over there. I appreciate you and Kim hanging out on the YouTube channel, commenting and replying because comments, shares, replies, and subscriptions and all kind of stuff over there on YouTube helps a lot. I don't know how you like a video over there. It's not the same as a TikTok where you just tap the screen. Well, it didn't do me a whole lot of good to put those moonlight rays in here, did it? Because I just sent every one of them right out of the paint. I'm talking about just killed them. Thumbs up is a like there. Okay. All right, Austin. Go try it again, brother. Maybe you'll get to. Thank you, John. Appreciate you being here. You have a good night also. That'll work. We'll come over here and add in a couple. If you end up getting all of these limbs kind of crossed up, get your dark colors put on. As long as you come across the trunk in a few places, that's the main important thing. Just don't kill all your limbs in these, because cypress limbs will show. They will. Well, thank you, Rocket Man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Melissa. What's up, Mick? Great background. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Trying to get this one finished up because it's getting late. People starting to fall out on me, and it's bedtime and all that good stuff. But now this has been a fun little paint to do. I'll say that. A lot of holding my breath moments in this one. Always go check her out on YouTube and Etsy. Yeah, y'all got my YouTube channel up to 900, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all very much for that. That is awesome. Now we've got like 37, 38 days to get the final 100, the final push, and we'll be done made it to that 1,000. All right, we'll come in up here now with the same color I used earlier for the highlights. Now these are more kind of directly under the moonlight, so if they pick up a little bit more of the highlight color, it's not a real bad thing this time. We just still don't want to kill all the dark color, because the dark color in this painting is as important as the light color. It is most of the time in all paintings, but anytime you paint a night scene, you got to have some dark images in it. You got to. All right, we'll come down on this side of this one. I'll hit a couple of these little knees out here. Just kind of give them a highlight on them. Not much, just a little bit. About like so. All right, then I'll come up here on this one. This right here in front of the moon. You know, the fact of the matter is, if you was doing this in a realistic type setting, all of these trees would be in silhouette with a moon that bright. So this painting is basically an unreal painting to start with. So, you know, if you do something that's not approved by the art world, well, it's an unreal type situation. And like I said earlier, you know, sometimes you just have to think outside of the box. Okay. Oh, I see what you did there, Rocket Man. Okay. You went and swapped over to another account. Gotcha. I was going to say, we got 2 Rocket Men in here. How's that possible? Will said the same thing. All right. We can see the finish line now, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting close. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hi, Faye. How are you? Thank you very much. You know, across there. I'll give this one just a tad bit of highlight. That one. And just kind of tap this coloring in because we know that cypress tree grow all kind of funny ways. All right. I'm coming up here now into this color, into my yellow. Loaded on my script liner brush here. A little bit of the green in it. And I'll come right here. And I'll make my mark. And we will call this one done, ladies and gentlemen. And then before we close out tonight, I'll do what we always do. I'll take the phone out of the holder and I'll come right up here and give my TikTok fans a close up because, oh wow, look at that light. I'll tell you what, let me tone this light down a little bit and see if, whoa, see if we can get a better, okay, something is wrong here. That light shouldn't be that way. Wow. All right, well, let me just see if I can savage it. Wow, that light is all messed up. I don't know what's causing this. But there's a little cabin we built on stilts back in the background. I hate this camera. This phone's doing this, y'all, with these crazy lights. because the YouTube picture is so much better. I mean, it's really way better. All right, so let me put it back in the holder over here. All right. Hey, Vicky, thank you very much. All right, my YouTube. I lost it completely when I turned the light out. I bet they wondering what happened. Okay, there it is. Now we back. I don't know what is causing that to look blue. I really don't. I wish I did, but all right, the YouTube paintings or viewers actually got a lot better shot of it. All except for whatever this is over here on the side. What is it? Oh, that's the camera holder or the phone holder. Let me get it out of the way. Now they sat back there waiting on me to get ready to go to bed and turn everything off. They went crazy a little earlier, which they always do. Well, Dave, I'm glad you stayed with us. I really am. I appreciate it. I really do. Here in a minute, I'm going to figure out why this light is looking like this on the TikTok side before I do my final little video. So maybe at least they'll get to see on the video the actual colors. I hope. All right, I guess thing to do now would be tell everybody good night. Love you guys. Just remember, God loves you more. I thank each and every one of you for being here. It's spooked. Good night, Locksmith. Porter Libros. I'm sorry you got spooked. It was supposed to be a dark swamp scene. It actually is more phthalo green than it is blue. My TikTok viewers seen it in blue. My YouTube viewers actually got to see it in the actual green that it is. So hopefully here in a few minutes, my TikTok people will get to see it in the green that it is. So, but like I said, thank each and every one of you for joining. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm supposed to be doing a duet with a guy named Jeremy. I guess I hadn't heard back from him. He said something about wanting to paint. So if I hear back from him, me and him may do that tomorrow night, and we'll just go from there and see what happens. And with that said, I'm gonna shut them all down and let y'all go to bed, and I'm gonna get myself ready for bed. And again, thank all of you for joining me. Good night. God bless all of y'all.